everybody, it's GuidingHalo here. This is going to be your reading. I'm going to start doing for the next little while readings that are for a 2-day span because I'm needing some time to breathe. I've been very busy and I'm not feeling incredibly well, so let's get some messages out. I'm not sure why I picked these ones exactly, but must be meant to be. Just one moment. So this reading is going to be for the 26th and 27th, which is today and tomorrow. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. So it's very important for somebody out there. Let's pull a card from the Work Your Light Oracle. Awakening. You see, in times of awakening, which is what I feel is going on with me, awakening to a new level of understanding, dealing with some emotional taxing type things, and there's energetic upgrades going on, a new way of being, and integration. And during those times of integration, it's really important to understand what your body needs, what you need, what's actually going on beneath the surface. Sometimes it's about pulling back to review and evaluate the cycle you've been in. You find a lot of hope, but at the same time, it's like you know, and you get the sense and the feel that something big is coming down the pike, but it's like, how do I wrap up or be in the between circumstances and situations? How do I do that? And there's time out that's needed in order to make that happen. Awakening. Awakening to new energy, new ways of doing things. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, or even feeling Kundalini Shakti rises through your body and the base of your spine. The most important thing for you this time is not to overthink it and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like-souled people while you continuously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You are remembering and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of those creations into the world, or perhaps you are being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following Work Your Light activation. Hold the card in your heart and say, I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti experience to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. Amen to that. Perhaps you've not been feeling like your work is fulfilling you. I bought this beautiful ring here. It's to remind me of hope and the daily hope channel that I do. Here is the inside, I don't know if you can see it, is the word hope. I don't know if you can get it to focus. Anyway, it's in there. There we go. Maybe you can see it a little better now, but it's engraved in there. It's called hope. It's really important to be hopeful, even in trying times and circumstances, following the guidance of your heart, understanding that when you're tired, it's time to relax. When you're feeling jovial or rejuvenated, it's time to get going. and honoring your body and the processes of being that you're going through. Honoring the process, honoring the guidance of your heart, honoring the communication. The divine is going to help you with this communication. If y'all are feeling drained, it's like we're concerned about circumstance, situation, whichever. Seems there's a miracle of Isis coming. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. So perhaps there's something we all need to let go of here that, might be draining you. Something to let go of that is taking up too much of your time, requiring more of you than you're apt to give. Enter the chamber of healing. This is definitely about healing something. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions and allow the healing energy to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should. Expect your miracle. So there is absolutely a miracle coming into your life in some form or something you've been dealing with. And yeah, I think you're feeling grounded, maybe even more so than you expect. It's kind of like a, how do we say? It's kind of like an energy of, you're not used to this kind of groundedness, and I think perhaps you might even be feeling or finding that you feel bored or like there's just not enough going on. Keep in mind right now we're in the void of the moon, the full moon that's coming on October 31st. Well, we're not quite yet in the void, but I think, I know myself, I'm feeling it already. There's an acceptance going on. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. So understanding that things are there for a time, a purpose, something, spontaneity. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. So stepping yourself into the new, letting go of what doesn't serve you, but more so not even what doesn't serve you. It could be the way you're perceiving the situation that doesn't serve you. Letting go and allowing the divine to come in and bring some sort of healing in the situation, because I think you've tried. I think there's an amount of trying and all of that sort of thing. It's about getting into a creative mind space. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. So see, this is all about illumination and communication. Perhaps you've illuminated a circumstance or situation as of late, and it could be that there's still some concern about a fallout or how this is all going to pan out. Fear of loss for certain, but there is a miracle healing coming into a circumstance or situation. I'm going to pull a card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Call it Bear and Read. The Prison Waif. Oh yeah. Self-sabotage, poverty, consciousness. Card number 31. Came out upside down, so it's... Oh, just a moment. Sorry about that. That was just a phone call about my bone density test. Alright, so Prison Waif came out upside down, so could be about poverty, consciousness, wondering if you'll have enough, self-sabotaging situation, feeling imprisoned by whatever's going on right now. There's something about release, following the guidance of your heart, and just, it's like taking a breath and just feeling the beauty of that come through. Card number 31, let's read that in the challenger position. Are you prisoner of worry, distrust, cynicism, and fear? Do you constantly tell yourself that there's not going to be enough, or do you see only lack and poverty where you look? Perhaps your expectations of negative results and repercussions serve to keep you imprisoned by your own thoughts. Well, see, that's where I'm at, you see. My own thoughts a lot of times keep me imprisoned. It's the fear of, or should I even say, the addiction to things not turning out because it's what you're used to. Do you feel that you're not allowed success in life? When the prison waif comes as your challenger, he warns you that you're now seeing in your life the results of those negative thoughts and expectations. If you don't like what you see, it's time to transform the way you see it. If you aren't happy with your life, change your thoughts. That alone has the power to change your life. Difficulties are learning curves right now. Just remember that the prison won't hold you for long. Take the time to learn about mistakes. The lessons ensure later and greater success. So it's very important. It's about building a firm foundation here, my friends. A firm foundation for something beautiful, because you don't want to rush ahead and not have the firm foundation that you need. From the Return of Spirit guidebook, or guiding deck by Shirley Harnish, let's pull a card. I think you're wanting the new, but right now in some way it's about taking the time to appreciate the journey. And as you want the new and embody creative ideas, you are gifted. You see, there's something you're being gifted with from the spiritual realms, or remembering of some sort. Gifted. Let's read that. This card is a reminder that you are most certainly talented, gifted, and skilled in a very special way. It's time to stop looking outside and comparing yourself to others. Your gifts were never intended to function or work exactly the same as another person's gift. By looking at how others are more gifted or better than you are unintentionally sending energies out to the universe which says you are less than. This action is the very thing that is blocking your gifts from developing to their fullest potential. You cannot compare yourself to anyone else. If you see greatness in someone else, it is because you hold the quality of greatness within you. That is how the world mirrors ourselves for us, by seeing ourselves in others. This card can also come if you are experiencing fear or apprehension about sharing your gifts with the world. Underlying this fear are beliefs and doubts about whether you are enough or good enough, and Spirit is asking you to start addressing those beliefs immediately. Sometimes our fear is sharing our gift. In sharing our gift is the very thing that blocks us from discovering how we can best use it in service to others. In either case, the gifted card comes because you are doubting yourself, questioning who you are as a person or whether you have anything of value to give. Your unique gifts are very needed here on the planet. Spirit is asking that you place your doubts aside and start the cultivating self-worth and perhaps personal value. You were given certain gifts because only you could bring them to the world in the ways you do. Trust your soul's wisdom in choosing the path you are on and the gifts you are here to give. So it's about trusting that you're you for absolute divine reason, and that nothing is impeding who you are and that divine reason. It's really about when you understand that you don't need to be a certain someone else, or you don't need to be like them, or whichever it is, that you find the beauty in exactly who you are. You have a unique purpose here on this planet. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep. Not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity, an ego, you begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see the magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in Spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind, in alignment with divine intelligence, is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Beautiful. Dear you, you are in such good shape right now that we're all doing the happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice, to get with Spirit and co-create a miracle. There's that miracle energy. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts right now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter. Please, you can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right now, here, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have such a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs, always. So there's definite struggle here, but you are not alone in your struggle. You know, there are so many things that the divine does in a day to protect you, to keep you loved, to keep you happy, to keep you fit, to keep you responsible, to keep you all of these things. And in doing so, it allows a certain amount of freedom for you to have time and space for acceptance, for forgiveness, and to enter into new creativity. If you're feeling stuck, I would highly suggest that you get doing something creative. And in that doing something creative, you will find new passions and new everything emerge from the depths of your soul. That's really important. I love you all, and I hope this resonates. I'll talk to you again soon.